Yo, what's good campers, it's your boy Killer Beezy, man, and today we are going to be taking a look at awakening our Omega Red. Now, Omega Red is currently at rank 4. I did have a rank up video for you guys, but I can't find it anymore. So, we're going to be looking at, as you can see right now, he is level 1, and his death spores are ticking at just under 180 per second, and his tentacle hits have a 10% chance to be unblockable. So, what we're going to do is, I'm going to get him to about signature level 100, just so you guys can see the changes in his abilities and see whether he's one of those champs that you need to get to max duped and use a lot of signature stones into him. So as you can see, so we got him to level 100, and his death spores tick at just over 800, which is a lot, and his tentacle hits have about a 23% chance to be unblockable. So it is quite the difference, man. I mean, we're going to take a look. This is some uncollected gameplay, so we're going to be taking a look at some gameplay from Omega Red. And one of the things you may notice in this video is, due to the game, obviously different champions have different styles of playing, and one of the things you will find is that people that use Omega Red users, you guys will probably notice that there are times where I have a lot of death spores up and I'm not using heavy attacks. That is solely because I'm not used to it. So I am getting used to playing Omega Red, and I am getting used to the realization of, okay, I've got a certain amount of death spores, let me use a heavy attack. So, you know, I'm still learning to use Omega Red myself, but one thing I can say to you guys is I am enjoying using this champion so much. I mean, one of the biggest things I like about this champion is you don't see much content creators using Omega Red. I know Legacy has him, I know my boy Contest of Noobs has him. I like the way I said my boy when I said Contest of Noobs and not Legacy. Legacy is my boy as well. I don't know why I did that, but anyway, you don't see a lot of content creators using Omega Red, and one of the directions that I want to go in with the channel is, I feel like when you go on YouTube, when you watch Alliance War videos and when you watch a lot of content, you see a lot of people using the same champions. And it's one thing if like people are using certain champions because like they're really the only people kind of suitable for the content. Like, you know, you'll see a lot of people using Archangel against or Magic against Aegon because, you know, those two champions were going to be champions that you could use without having to spend a load of units. So in those circumstances, it's not too bad, but I'm talking about for general gameplay, you know, for, you know, when that time comes that I can live stream and I'm going to be wanting to do uncollected streams or whatnot, I want to do it with a different champion, man. I don't want to do it with a champion where like everybody's seeing Stark Spidey do uncollected these days. Everybody's seeing people do like uncollected with Blade these days. You know, another champion, Void, is another champion that a lot of people are you see quite regularly. You know, and that's why I like looking at people's channels like Idolist. You know, he uses Sentry quite a lot, and you don't see that anywhere else. You know, I like going to Pandaman Pete's channel because he uses Ghost. You don't really see that anywhere else, man. So that's one of the drives that I have with Omega Red. Like, I enjoy the character. One of the biggest things about the character for me, and it may seem small to some people, is the fact that he's poison immune and he has a 90% reduction to bleed damage. So he practically has double immunity. So for me, that's a really big thing with champions because I always feel like you never really know when you're gonna need, you know, sometimes you might load up a team, you might go on a path and you might think, oh shoot, I've got one bleed immune champion here and maybe a poison immune, or I might have one but not the other due to a synergy. But, you know, I feel like with Omega Red, his selling point isn't necessarily the immunity. You know, he has obviously his death spores and the degeneration damage, and he can hit and he can heal, but the fact that he's also got that kind of double immunity thing going is quite good. Just in case I'll give you a perfect example. On this path that I was running in Uncollected, the final boss, which was the Blade, had, I think, Caltrops, and you know, you obviously required a bleed immune champion. As I recall, I didn't have a bleed immune champion within the team, so it was quite handy that I had Omega Red with me. So, you know, I'm quite keen, and I'm contemplating at the moment taking him to rank 5 or not. I mean, I've spoken to my battle group with regards to Alliance War and stuff, and at the moment our battle group needs a Magic. There's only one guy that is running part 5 at the moment, and I'm kind of like, look, for the team I don't mind taking Magic to rank 5, and then Omega Red can be my next rank 5. But, you know, I really enjoy playing with Omega Red, and I would really like to take him to rank 5. And I'm not sure. I mean, I've got Magic at Sig level 200 at the moment, so yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure whether you know, what do I do? I am more of a team player, so my instinct is just to rank 5 Magic, and you know, the only thing is obviously rank 5 in Magic would mean that I would obviously just sort of get dumped on path 5, and that will be the path that I run in Alliance Wars like 24/7. Whereas obviously you guys are seeing me run different various paths in Alliance War at the moment, because I'm pretty much versatile. If I've got the champions for the path, I'll pretty much run any path. I don't really care what path I run. I'm not picky. You know, I'm the kind of person where, like, if I got the champs for it, I'll take it. Doesn't really bother me. So, you know, going from that to then only like running path 5, which I don't mind, because I was running path 5 in Omni before they brought out the unstoppable node 29. But yeah, so I'm not too sure, man. Like I said, I'm leaning more towards taking Magic to rank 5 because that's what the team needs. But then, you know, I'm trying to think of, you know, what happens in the scenarios where I'm in need of quite a strong bleed immune champion or poison immune champion. I have Hyperion at rank 5, but you know, outside of that, you know, what do I do? Magic proves to be so useful every time there's a new quest or what. Magic seems to be a very well-rounded champion. And one of the things you guys may notice about my roster is, apart from Hyperion, I seem to heavily enjoy using the characters that don't really proc much buffs to counter, like, to set off Mystic Dispersion and whatnot, you know. And that's one of the things I love about Omega Red too. Like, his damage doesn't necessarily come from needing to get any kind of buff or whatnot. You just literally just build up the death spores and you just degen the hell out of the champion that you're up against. I mean, and that's partly why you want to dump as much Sig Stones into Omega Red as possible, man, because when you get to that point where, you know, you can get to like 10 death spores, and then you can use your heavy attack, lock those death spores in, and you know, if you're playing it right, you can make sure your death field is activated. You got to play very aggressively though. That's one thing. I'm not normally that much of an aggressive player, so that's one thing I'm learning to become using Omega Red, trying to be aggressive without getting slapped in your face like I just did. But you know, so that's one thing I'm trying to improve upon. But I do also like the fact that me using Omega Red is also making me change up my playstyle a little bit. You know, like, it's making me look for more openings where I wouldn't before. You know, whereas I'm used to playing like really safe, now I can afford to take a bit more block damage with Omega Red because he has the option to steal your life. So I can recover health if I need to. But you know, I'm really enjoying that, and I can't wait to get him to say level 200, because I know that my boy Contest of Noobs has him at quite a high signature level, and some of the gameplay that I've seen, man, when I see the degen damage, I'm like, Jesus, hallelujah. So I need to get Omega Red as high as possible to capitalize on that degen damage. But I really enjoy the champion. You guys need to let me know what you guys think about Omega Red. Another thing, I don't really use Suicide Masteries that much, but he is a champion that will benefit heavily from using Suicides. One, because you know, the recoil damage from your special attacks, he can recover that back from, you know, if you build up the death spores and you use your L1 and you what do you call it, you lose the health from recoil, the health you will gain back from I think me and Seaton done a dungeon run, and I think I had a 25 to 30 spores, and I used my L1, and I think I got back about 40% health, which was ridiculous. Yeah, so you definitely can. Alternatively, you can use your special 3 and not take any recoil damage and still recover some health from the special 3. So, you know, there are different kind of ways you can play. Plus, obviously, you're poison immune, so you're not going to take, you know, you're not going to take any poison damage from the suicide when you have your Suicide Masteries on. And also, because you get a reduction to a 90% reduction to bleed, you should actually be healing from whenever you're fighting a node where you're bleeding or whatever, you should actually be healing a tiny bit. So, you know, when I take Omega Red to map 6 and I take the bleed path in section 2, which I don't take anymore, but when I used to take that path, Omega Red used to just recover health without me using any of my L1 or my L3 special attacks. So as you can see here, so we've come into this node, and as you can see, we're dashing back, we're stacking the bleeds up, but I'm not, you know, my health is my health is slightly going down. As you can see, you know, willpower can't kick in because you know, there's a heal block on the node. So but you can see that our life isn't being drained. Like every time we dash back, you're gonna see the death field activate, and we're not gonna take any. Oh, whoa, okay. Maybe it's not Caltrops. I'm just saying it's a Caltrops node. Maybe it's not a Caltrops. Maybe it's just a node that inflicted bleed. Yeah. Well, not maybe. It clearly is because I'm dashing back and your boy's not getting no bleed damage. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on Omega Red, man. I really enjoy him. Let me know what your... Okay, the bleed damage has come back. Okay, so maybe I should have done some research before talking all this smack about the kind of node that I was fighting. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay, man. I hope you guys, you know, let me know if any of you Omega Red users out there have taken him to rank 5 and you guys really enjoy him. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you guys would do if it was me. Would you take Magic to rank 5? Would you take Omega Red to rank 5? But anyway, thank you guys for watching the video, man. It's been your boy Killer Beezy, and I'll see you in the next one, man. Peace.